Well, they made history, and they're now in Central Texas. World War II veterans who took part in a daring rescue mission in the mountains of France in 1944 have gathered at the Texas Military Forces Museum at Camp Mabry. They're there to share memories and view newly recovered artifacts from the 8-day battle.
For the people of Texas, it's a chance to come and hear the stories of some real heroes, to learn the lessons of that not so long ago period, to stand in the presence of the things that were there, and to connect with our history.
Well, if you want to go check it out, the event runs through today as well. It's open to the public. There's a $10 entrance fee, and that's at Camp Mabry.
It was a heroic rescue mission during World War II, and Friday the veterans of the Lost Battalion are being honored. Included in the ceremony, recently discovered artifacts that were used to keep the soldiers alive, artifacts that haven't been seen in more than 60 years. Our Adam Kruger was there.
It's a very special day at the Texas Military Forces Museum here at Camp Mabry, where we're talking about some very long ago artifacts that were discovered that have to do with the Lost Battalion, an amazing rescue story. And we have one of the veterans here from the 1940s that was in this rescue mission. Sir, tell me a little bit about what you did and what these artifacts are that were found.
We were members of I was a member of the 405th Fighter Squadron operating in southern France at the time, in the Vosges Mountains of southern France. And the Lost Battalion was a group of men in the 36th Division that were encircled by the Germans. Of course, they were cut off. And they had no ammunition, no food supplies, no water, fresh water, and they needed help. So they radioed to headquarters, of course, requesting that we drop supplies to them, which we ultimately did in late October. My mission was October the 29th, and there were 16 ships. The engineers, of course, filled the belly tanks, what we call them belly tanks. They're actually fuel tanks that we used, of course, for long-range missions in our P-47 Thunderbolts. But they emptied them with fuel and filled them with supplies. And those are the supplies that we dropped to the embattled battalion. And luckily, of course, everything worked out, and ultimately they were saved and came out.
And now these supplies were just discovered a few months ago in France. I mean, how does it feel to see them again after 60 years plus?
Yeah, 64 years ago, a Frenchman found them in the area. He contacted, of course, several people, got on email, and many people got involved, particularly Michael Higgins, whose father was the battalion commander. And Michael, of course, was keenly interested in this thing, so he started working and contacting and searching all sorts of data, and he did find where they were, who picked them up, and thank goodness for FedEx. FedEx, of course, went ahead and ultimately picked up the two belly tanks that they did find, burst it open with some of the supplies still in them, and had them shipped back to the States, and they sit here today in Camp Mabry.
And yeah, now they're here at this museum. People can come by and see them and learn more about your story.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful story. We feel very humbled, of course, being part of it.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for your service.
My
it's an
pleasure.
honor. And of course, if you want to learn more about this and hear from people like Elio or some of the other veterans, you can come here tomorrow at Camp Mabry for a symposium that starts at 9:30 in the morning. At Camp Mabry, Adam Kruger, News 8.
As Adam said, the Lost Battalion Symposium starts Saturday at 9:30 a.m. and lasts until 3 p.m. Many who were involved would tell their stories and will be available for a question and answer session as well.